Hello, it is I, Joe, and he's James, and you're listening to Productivity and Procrastination. This is season 2. What episode is it, James?
I don't know, 33.
33?
I don't know what I'm
What
saying.
world are you living in? It's at least 35, probably 36.
Okay, that's where we're at. Nice.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. How was your week, James?
It's my week. Ugh.
Yeah, tell me about your week.
See, we'll start with your week, Joe.
All right, start with my week. I had such a hard week. I started the week sick. Like, it was terrible.
I'm still sick, Joe.
Um, it wasn't until like Thursday, Friday that I was actually better. Um, I still have a little bit of sinus, but it's not super bad. I think it might be just more allergy related.
Can you taste?
Yes.
Lucky.
Oh, you got that one. You got
The demonetizer. Yeah, I got that.
um I had a hard time this week working on an illustration. I overestimated how much drive I have while also working 40 hours. When I was on vacation, man, it was so easy to pick up that pen. But now that I'm working again, it's just draining. So I need to figure out how to set aside some time. I need to do it. I probably need to wake up early and work on it. Because realistically, after work, I feel fried. I don't feel like I really want to. I, it's not that I can't. It's just like I won't want to because I'll feel burnt out.
Yeah, I agree. When I wake up after, you know, after sleep, that's as
Yeah,
opposed to the other times you wake up. Um, is a much better approach for me than
from my
after
coma.
work.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So after you wake up from sleep and not comas, is a good time to work on your hobbies, your passions. Yeah, I mean, so last night I watched a movie with my little human who's moved in, and afterwards, like while we're watching the movie, I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to not go to bed. I'm gonna stay up all night and work on an illustration. And I got about because the movie finished at like 3:40, somewhere in there, 3 to 4, and I got till like 5 5:36. I'm like, holy snap, I'm tired. And so I only ended up working like half an hour, but I it was important to me that I got something done. Like I really needed progress in the right direction for my sanity. Cause like the hunger's there. The drive is there. It's just it's a lot harder when you're working 40 hours a week. So yeah, I need to be waking up earlier so that way I can get some stuff done before work.
Mm.
I think that's the only way for me to actually feel like I have time is before work.
Yeah, that's my routine, and I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. It's how it has to be for me, I think. Once I'm living off of it, once it's my job, then I'll be probably a night owl again cuz man, I love that shift. But while I, you know, have a set schedule for work, I need to adjust to it to the best of my abilities, and that means waking up early. I'm gonna try waking up 2 hours before work every day, and I start work at 8 a.m. So I gotta wake up like 6. But if I can get some work done every day, that would make me very very happy.
Well, then you have to go to bed a little earlier then, right?
Yeah, yeah. If I'm waking up at 6, then I'd probably want to go to bed at least by 10, if not 9:30.
Yeah, for it to be sustainable.
Yep.
And that's going to be a little rough for you too, because I can see that time biting in a little bit. But but the time before work is important.
Yeah. For a couple reasons, like waking up before work and not feeling like you wake up, go to work. It's nicer that way. It doesn't feel as punishing. But yeah, mostly it's just be nice to get some actual time to get work done. But yeah, it was a rough week. I didn't get nearly as much done as I really wanted to. Like gosh, during my during my freaking vacation, man. Oh, so much time and so much got done. And it felt so good.
Yeah, give you a taste of what it could be like, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And you want to use that to inspire you. Um, Definitely.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're making the right little change here with your
Yeah.
schedule.
For me, it's not about like if I want to. It's like it's making sure that I make time for it. And I think waking up every morning early that I have work because days I don't have work I can make time easy peasy. So yeah. Ugh. Yeah. What about your week, Yams?
Well, Joe, started off playing Grim Dawn.
Oh, I've heard something, but I want you to say it
Oh,
first.
we did achieve our level 100, and we did beat the expansion on the hardest difficulty setting.
Heck yeah, dude!
So
Congrats.
that was
That's
that
no
was
that's no
good.
small feat.
It was not bad. It was like 0.04%
Oh
of
jeez.
players.
Yeah, I was literally wondering about that right now. Well done.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dare I say, it was easy at the end for our two classes together.
Heck yeah. I mean, just reminds me of our Diablo 2 classes.
Oh, right, yeah,
Yeah,
no
like
doubt.
alone we couldn't do anything, but with our, what was it? It was Druid Necromancer, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Just
Yeah.
breeze through the game.
So that was good to get that accomplished. And then and then that night I was basically thinking about, everything, and I just basically decided that I was going to start kicking butt, and and I did. I basically committed myself um, to just be the next version of myself, and and I had a few weird dreams based on that. Um, that the first one was an odd dream about people I used to work with, and me searching for something, and I had to go to some store like a Home Depot, and I was searching for this thing, and it wasn't there. It was this big open thing, and my coworker I used to work with was like, "Well, it's not there," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's it's a new season now," and so I woke up from that, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's right. It is a new season, isn't it?" And then I fell back asleep and had another dream that was like me walking through like a weird old monastery with a bunch of weird friar dudes like from Robin Hood. They were like there, and I was like walking through and I looked like I did not belong. Like I was like a barbarian, shirtless and just walking through, and they were all like eyeing me down like, what is this guy doing? And I went around a bookshelf, this big grand bookshelf thing, and I sat down, and all these people were coming up to me like, what are you doing? And I was like looking up, and I'm like, you don't need to worry about me anymore, you know. And I woke up from that thinking, that I never really considered the fact that I believe my character has changed. And I didn't realize how much of a factor that could be when it came to getting stuff done. And I do have a lot more self control over myself now. Things that would have plagued me in the past. They don't anymore. And so I woke up the next day and basically just got to work. Um, and every single day since, I've just been, as soon as I get up, I'm working. I'm working all day until I go to work. Heather and me have done a lot of stuff. We just did a photo shoot yesterday. And
Nice.
before that, we organized like all these box things that we need organized to do the photo shoot. I've been just, and it's not been all like work on my craft. It's just been working on my life too. Like I just did all my finances the other day. I took like 2 days to like organize everything and figure everything out. Make a nice spreadsheet for everything. And but I haven't touched a game since getting those achievements. I haven't done anything besides wake up and work, and I have had no regrets. I have not wished to play a game. I've not done anything besides just work. And and I'm not going to change that. I'm going to allow myself maybe one day to just game out or do whatever I feel like doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I had always planned for myself, I'm just going to work hard for six days out of the week. And it feels really good. Every day I wake up and I schedule myself, much like you were talking about. I give myself plenty of time before I work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I allow myself to figure out what I want to do. And I always thought, well, I'm going to have some list of all this stuff that I want to accomplish. And no, I just woke up and the day kind of helps me figure out what I need to work on. And, and sometimes my wife has a suggestion that we take into account. And then boom, just work. And because I do it before I work my job, then the accomplishment of the day, whatever I accomplish, carries through. And so when I'm working, I can, like, no matter what crud happens, it's like I always have that in the back of my mind. I'm like, yeah, well, this is not going to be forever.
Yeah.
And that gets me through really well. And when I can, I'm listening to things that will further my mindset and my just whatever I want to think about at the time. I don't necessarily listen to stuff that's entertainment, but I do offer myself those things when I'm like getting ready in the morning, like, doing your bathroom routines and stuff like that. I'll be listening to rando stuff like, football stuff or whatever I want to update myself on at the time or
Mm-hmm.
um and that kind of is the in-between moments, maybe during a drive or, I'm not really stringent on what I'm listening to at what time, but I do mix and match, to kind of keep myself feeling like I'm had like some some enjoyment stuff, and yet still the focus being just launching myself forward and making progress in my life. It's worked great. I'm excited every day. I had one day where it was a full day where I wasn't working, where I was able to, mimic that whole thing on a day where I had no work. But I got a lot done even on the days where I was working. So what's really exciting is just looking forward to that one or maybe 1 point something days where I can just go to town.
Right.
And so the cumulative little bit before work is adding up like big time. So it can't be understated that it's not like I need to wait for the weekend to get something done. No, I don't. But it's like it is something to look forward to because there's so much time potential. That you know, things that aren't on the table during the normal work week are definitely on the table with time from the big ones. So I think eventually I'll probably be saving certain projects for that specific time because I have a lot more ability to do it without the restraints. So yeah, I'm very pleased with how my week has gone.
Dude, heck yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you kick some butts. That's awesome. So, what do you think changed?
Well, it was weird because I think like I had talked about for a while, I was ready already. But it didn't look like it. But it was a perfect moment to do it because even though I had gotten those achievements in that video game, 5 seconds after logging off, there was a complete nothingness of how that achievement affected me. It's like, so what? It's the only thing it achieved to do was to get me to play more. It's not carrying over. I'm not going to make money from it. It's not, no one's going to care about this except for a very select group that may know that I played it. It is not going to do anything for my life. And it kind of annoyed me that there's nothing that really carries over. And I'm like, well, obviously, I already know that, but it's like I want something that carries over. I need real achievements in my life. And the only way I'm going to get them is by going and just powering my way to them. I mean, and so I had those moments with myself, and I just said, you know what, this is the time I'm going to do it. And I was slightly inspired with thinking that everything this was the time, especially after that dream about my character. It was like, you know, this is it. I can do it. And then once I did it every day and with no remorse, it was like, it's like every little thing I did, that actually was accomplished was like, this is really changing my life. This is not going to be like that tomorrow, and this is not going to be like that tomorrow. And I don't want to give that up. Like,
Yeah.
there's 1,000 things that I can do. And every one is a real achievement. Every single one can be exciting. And in a year, I will not be anything near what I am right now. And how can I say no to that?
Yeah. No, for sure, dude. That's awesome. That's congrats. What advice would you give to someone who's currently struggling to get things done that you think would help them push themselves in the right direction?
Well, those small changes that you can make. Well, I don't know. I mean, you hear a lot about the small changes, and I understand because I'm seeing the small changes. But for me, the small changes are not what I think about. It is, I want. I want this to be everything that I do. Like, I want this to be my life is what I do. And I mean, I put on Spotify and I'm listening to playlists as I am enjoying the time. I'm not
Yeah.
loathing it, Um and we still watch a show at night, and we still, have nice meal with it, and but when it's just on my mind. That is, it has to be on your mind, I think, is what it is. It has to be a drive that so permeates you that that when you're doing nothing for a few moments, that you just think, well, this, I could get something done, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but the I think making a schedule about it would not help me though, because the way I'm doing it right now, and that's counter to what I probably would have thought. I'm very much a person that would like to go, okay, well, you're gonna do this, but like, oh, I'm in the kitchen. I'm noticing, oh, there's some junk on the floor there. I could really wipe that up, right now, even though I'm in the middle of doing something else. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well, there is no time limit.
Yeah.
This is my life. So go grab some paper towels and go clean that up and enjoy cleaning that up and enjoy making it, as best you can. And then go back into, doing whatever it is you were actually doing. Realizing that, hey, it's not, it doesn't have to be a rigid schedule life. It can be a very go with the flow, just improvement. Like, oh, I'm going to take this moment. I'm just clean that up. And that's an improvement within an improvement that, if I was very much rigid, I'd be like, well, I'm working on this photo shoot right now or whatever. And I can only do that. And I can't stop. And I know, I like this. I'm enjoying the way that this is working. And it is definitely a culmination of, understanding how you feel about things and what you enjoy, and kind of letting that be something that you just run with. The discovery part that you're, to take that word a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
is a good thing, because I think it's almost, of course, it's not going to always be, a bad thing to make like a schedule on what you want to do. Right?
Yeah.
There's a place for that. But right now, like I said, I have 1,000 things I could do. Pointless right now for me to make a rigid schedule or anything like that, because I could just turn around and pick anything.
Mm-hmm.
I've slobbed my life up, so I could do. There's a lot of exciting things to just fix.
Yep.
So I would say at first, if you're like me and you got a bunch of stuff in your life you could do, don't make a schedule. Get up and just enjoy the process and just say, you know what, I'm going to change my situation with this right now. And then just have enough ability to sit back and feel what that feels like. Not just be a task that you check off, but to feel the change. And I think maybe that is the best advice I can give to do it.
Nice. Is there anything else you want to add about it?
Just that you kind of don't enjoy your situation right now, it really, really, really helps to feel like you're changing these things. And
Mm-hmm. Seeing the light at the end of the tunnel is such a big deal. even if the tunnel light is really far off, not knowing that it's not permanent really helps.
Yeah, and realize, I mean, you got every day of your life. You know, as long as you're alive, you can change your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, me being a little older, my mindset was always, well, I've got to go big because I don't have as much time as other people. You know, somebody listening to this might be 22. You got a lot more time to do it however you want it. For me, I've got to do it as fast as I can and be 100% in, or in 10 years I might not be able to, you know. I don't want to do that. I don't want that to be the case. I would love to be doing stuff, you know, in my 80s.
Yeah.
But but I have to be, you know, a little proactive. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like you're on the right path, James. That's awesome. Congrats on your week, dude.
You know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this next week. I'm excited to see how much work I'm going to get done during the mornings. Um, I really want to start pumping out illustrations. I'm still working through the process right now, but I mean, it's not like oh, what's my process? I'm just driving through my process. I'm going to figure it out as I'm doing an illustration. Because really, for me, it's about, I need to start just getting those, I need to start pumping those out. To me, that's where I want to be. That's what I want to be doing. And so I need to start just doing it. And so that's what this week's going to be, is just me digging away and making a path I can use to get other illustrations done.
Yeah, getting one to fruition is probably going to help really solidify your process. And then
Yeah.
do you have a illustration in mind that you want to begin with?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on a Gorgon, Lamia
Oh,
/ Gorgon. I want to get that done.
nice. Awesome.
That's yeah. I got to. It's tradition. Tradition.
Well, awesome. So are you trying to do that whole illustration this week? Like, are you gonna get it done, or are you
I
like
don't
trying to get to a certain phase?
I don't know. My goal this week is to make sure that I wake up before work and be able to use that time effectively.
Nice.
That's my goal this week. Is
I
waking
think
up.
that's perfect.
Yeah. I don't want to make any promises on like how far I'll get, but I'm going to be chipping away at
Nice.
an illustration this week before work. And then I'm hoping, and I can't promise anything, but I'm hoping that starting my day with the illustration means that during the work day, I might be able to get more of it done too. Because like I've already started, it's easy to now, keep working on it.
Or maybe to section off, like, oh, I'm gonna block off some stuff that I know I could easily, you know, color in or whatever.
Yeah,
And I
something
could do the
mindless.
mindless, yeah, exactly, tasks at certain times, and then focus on this in the more 100%, you know, focus times. That could help.
Yeah, exactly. or even just having it, like, another thing that I like to do is have the illustration up and then like always be like looking at it, like just having it on a screen and always looking at it so I can like, oh, I should do. That could be changed. Ooh, it's a good idea. Like those types of like being able to see it and think about it is good for like the creativity process.
Yeah. Well, awesome. I look forward to hearing how that went this next time.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for a lot of reasons. I think it's going to be just a huge boon. And yeah, means I'll have to go to bed earlier, but I don't really mind. All right. Is there anything you want to add before we close it out here, Yams?
Um, no, I'm good.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you for listening. This has been Productivity and Procrastination. Um, you have yourself a good rest of your day.
Yep.
Bye.